Welcome back. Unfortunately, Las Vegas is known as a breeding ground for gamblers, which can spiral into dangerous addictions. And the month of March is Gambling Addiction Awareness Month, and joining us to talk about the dangers is Chris Gordon. He's from Solutions Recovery. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Las Vegas has a growing addiction problem, the biggest one in the country. Something new is a high number of collegiate gamblers, addicts. Tell me about that.
It seems that most of the collegiate gamblers are gambling online, not saying that they're not coming here during March Madness, obviously a big month for sports betting, but now one doesn't even have to come to Las Vegas and or go to a legalized city. They can do most of it online.
It's easier and easier to gamble. Who's most at risk to developing an addiction to gambling?
Well, you know, I would say anyone that has a propensity for addiction, anyone that is wired for addiction, maybe if they've had addiction run through their family and or if they're battling with any other addictions, drugs or alcohol primarily.
You yourself are a recovering gambling addict. Tell us about that recovery process.
Well, I think, you know, gambling's tricky because, you know, you can't smell it on your breath. It's obviously legal. And I think then again, those of us that are wired for addiction, you know, we may find some relief, if you will. It's usually releasing chemicals that a lot of us get addicted to. The biggest, if you went to any gambling treatment nationally now, about 90% of it is regarding video gaming because it does actually release chemicals in your system.
No kidding. And is it a continuous battle through your whole life, recovering?
Well, you know, sad but true, I think it is. I think one has to keep their guard up at all times.
I had a personal situation in my 20s. I had a roommate who had a steady job, yet he was always late with the rent. I'd go in to wake him up in the morning, I'd find the sports pages crumpled on the ground. He was frustrated because he's looking at the stores coming in and a rifle under the bed. Is that a classic sign that you got a gambling addict there?
Yeah, I would definitely say anybody that is late on their bills all the time. You know, these payday loan facilities, you see them on every corner these days, as much as a 7-Eleven. So people that are lending money so people can make their bills, and then it just turns into be a vicious cycle. But for sure, that's a classic sign, one that is constantly late on any of their responsibilities.
Real quickly, got a loved one who's got a problem. What do you do? How do you get them help?
Well, I mean, Solutions Recovery is where I work. We are a licensed drug and alcohol treatment facility, and we do notice that addiction usually goes hand in hand. Most people are poly-addicted, and so if they came in for an evaluation at our facility and or called me on the telephone, we can usually talk to them and see if in fact they are addicted to drugs and alcohol and gambling. We can treat them. We have Gamblers Anonymous meetings at the campus at 2975 South Rainbow.
All right, very good. Chris, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll be back with more after this.